Good morning or afternoon, Year 5s. It is Mrs. Osborne here, here to talk to you about Sikhism and continue exploring this religion and thinking about how Sikhs show their commitment to God. And today we're going to be talking about the way that the Sikhs use their holy book to talk about the creation and the world that God has created. In the Sikh holy book, which is called the Guru Granth Sahib, creation is described by the gurus, but it is not a creation story similar to those found in other religions. And when I was doing a little bit more research, I found the main difference is in the Sikh description of creation, there's no real sequence or order that is outlined. So just thinking about my own personal experience in Christianity, in our creation story, there's reference to the days or the time that it took God to create certain elements. However, in the Sikh description, there's no reference to days. There's no order that is outlined. The following description is not in a particular order, but it is what has been mentioned in the Sikh holy book. However, it doesn't mean that Sikhs can't think about the logical order and what that might have been. God created the entire universe billions of years ago. There are planets, solar systems, and galaxies. If one speaks of them, there is no limit, no end. There are worlds upon worlds upon worlds of His creation. As God commands, so they exist. From God they emanate, and into God they merge once again. God's limits are not known to anyone. There are billions of moons, suns, and stars. God established the earth, the sky, and the air, the water of the oceans, fire, and food. God created the night and day and mountains. God blessed the trees with flowers and fruits. God created the human beings and the 7 oceans. God established the 3 worlds, life in water, on land, and in the air. Life in the ocean, on land, and in the air is based on water. God created the gases and everything came from God's creation. With all life, God has infused light, the soul, which is part of God. Feel free to listen to that story again if you'd like, and while you're listening to it, just have a think about why you think religions need to have a creation story. Do they need to have a creation story? Do they not? Have this discussion with maybe a parent or a sibling or a carer about what you think is important about a creation story. Now, you can think about it from a Sikh's point of view and the creation story we've just heard, or you can also think about it from a personal point of view, or what you know about creation and its importance in religion. Today, what we would like you to do is to use art or poetry to illustrate what you have learned about the Sikh story of creation. Now, this could be using watercolours, it could be using pencils, it could be obviously writing a poem, but also it could equally be using paint on the computer if you'd like that as well. Just express what you've learned. And the main thing to remember is when you start thinking about how to explore this story of creation, there's no particular order, there's no sequence of events. So you're a little bit open to your own interpretation about this story of creation. And I think it links really well to this week's whole school focus about oceans. Just reading this story of creation, oceans and water is very important. So it'll be interesting to see if you can link that into your artwork or into your poetry. Uh, I just also wanted to say that Mrs. Lucas Williams, and myself are missing you so much at the moment. We hope that you're keeping well and keeping safe and having fun when you can. And we really hope that there will be a safe end to this where we can meet again very soon. Please also feel free to send us in any of your artwork or poetry, because we absolutely love seeing it on either portfolio or just messaging it to our dojo. I hope you're all keeping well. Bye for now.